Hello, writers. Welcome back to the Writers Room. I'm so excited to be with you and do some writing craft this week. What I'm going to share today will work whether you're writing emails or blogs, articles, books, anything at all, any kind of writing. I was at the AWP Conference. As many of you know, I shared about that. The Association of Writers and Writing Programs can be between, you can have up to 15,000 writers there at one time, and people in publishing and agents and publishers. This was a little smaller with the, it's kind of continued pandemics. They offered some virtual. So I think there were about 7 or 8,000 of us. It was glorious. And one of the things I really loved from a panel was the thought about how to enter a piece of writing. So when we say enter, it's like there's a lot of ways we can come at a piece, right? We could just start directly with an astonishing fact. So the impetus for my new book, The Science of Getting Rich for Women, is that women have lost $800 billion due to the pandemic. That was my the inciting incident for me wanting to write that book and make a big leap forward for women financially and share anything I could to help do that. And so you could start something with just, did you know that you could start a book, article, blog, social media post, email with that. It could be, you could enter a piece through a story. We talk about that a lot in Thought Leader Academy. So instead of me giving you that statistic, you could say, I saw my friend Erin yesterday and she looked gaunt. She looked unhappy. And I was really concerned and asked, hey, I didn't say, how have you been? What's going on? And she said, it's been a really, really hard time. We went down to one income because my daycare wouldn't take care of my daughter. There kept being COVID closings and my job told me I couldn't miss any more days. And then my husband's job was furloughed. And, I could tell a story about women and financial situations right now. And you might be picturing, your heart might open a little bit with entering through a story because you're feeling for Erin. Maybe you know someone like Erin, maybe you've had an experience like Erin, and the struggle that a family would go through if both of their incomes are compromised. So we can enter through a joke, we can enter through a list. We'll be doing some lists, a really cool list exercise at the retreat. So, May 3rd through 5th. If you haven't signed up, use the link here to sign up for your ticket for the May retreat. You can enter all kinds of ways, but a woman at the AWP conference said that she felt like her topic was so big, it kept getting away from her. She was writing about a specific region. It was a memoiristic piece, personal story, turned into a book that was about her kayaking on like every part of the Hudson River and the Hudson River Valley in New York State. And it just felt too big. And she loved naturalist writing and she wanted to be in the tradition of John Moore, those of you that have read Moore or Burroughs or any of the great naturalist writers. And she just couldn't get a grasp. It felt very generic. It felt like what anyone else would say. She couldn't get a handle until she started noticing the birds. And she wasn't an ornithologist and she hadn't been a big bird person, but she just was struck all the time out on the water in this kayak at these, like the diversity of the birds and the sounds they made and the ways they looked and their sizes and all the things in different seasons. And the birds became the doorway. The birds became the skeleton of the piece. Each part of the book started with a different bird and what it led her to. And as soon as she found the anchor of the birds, like the whole thing opened up for her and she found her unique voice and her way of telling what she wanted to, showing and telling what she wanted to show and tell. So I share this because I want to offer that to us all as a prompt for this week. If you're writing something that feels like it's getting away from you, or it feels like what everyone else is doing, is there something that you could use as a more honed in entry point or theme or anchor of the story? So for instance, many people could write about Paris, but if you just looked at Paris through the lens of the food you ate while you were there, even though lots of people write about Paris and food, that would be like, it would give it a specificity and a uniqueness. Which places did you go and what did you have? And was it good? All that. Or it could be the walks that it's just walking Paris, or it could be, fights you had in Paris with your lover. And, you know what I mean? Like a whole book could be a series of fights about a couple, and the whole time you don't know if they get together or they don't get together. But the sort of unifying principle is these fights. So that's what I want to offer to you. And even if your piece isn't too big or getting away from you, picking a way to enter that is unique and a little bit more honed in than just the general topic can be a way to enrich and up level and add a layer of interest, uniqueness, and sophistication to your work. So let's all do that. This is like, have fun. Take something you're writing, whether it's a book, an essay, a story, a poem, an email, and what would be like a theme or a unifying principle that you could explore as a lens to take your reader into the work. I was very struck. I don't even really study birds or I'm not a bird watcher, but I was like, I want to read that book because I knew I would learn so much about a way to enter this region of the United States that is really beautiful, but also one I don't know much about. All right, I'm excited for you all. Enjoy this exercise. And again, if you haven't gotten your retreat ticket, get it now, get it now. In person is sold out, but we have lots and lots of spots because we don't have limitation online. That's the beauty of online. And several hundred of us coming together. Let's do this together and have massive fun and breakthroughs first week of May 3rd through the 5th. You can get your ticket here. And April 21st, right before that, coming up, we are having our Science of Getting Rich for Women one-day event. It's going to be so powerful. If you anything that you don't feel like you can have because of money, you come to this event and get a breakthrough. I can't wait to see you there. Bye.